Rolling. Okay, so everybody thinks that I inherited money. Stacy gave me, I got my money from Stacy. By the way, where's my money at?
Where's my money at?
Yeah, where is your money? You're supposed to be the one that's got all the money.
No, you're the one with all the money.
No, there's a guy that said he got it from his wife.
I know, and I'm saying the money you have, I mean, I don't know where it is. I don't have any money.
Yeah, oh, you started stuttering, didn't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're going to take a little road
I'm just
trip.
a small town girl. I didn't come from no money either.
Yeah, well, I'm a small town boy. Graduated in Gore, America, Gore, Oklahoma. Graduated high school in 1987. But I'm going to show you guys, we're taking a little road trip. We're not going to video the whole road trip, but I'm going to go show you guys in 2001, I went to prison in 1996 for manufacturing methamphetamine, which if they would have got me for half the stuff that I've done, that I got away with, I'd have went in for letters. I wouldn't have just got 35 years. And that's what I had, a 15 to 5 and a 15 running wild. So I want to show you guys where I started in 2001 when I stepped out of prison. I want to show you guys the home I came to, and I will show you where I started, the next house I moved to, the next house I moved to, and so on. But right now, I'm gonna show you that when I got out of prison, I didn't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of. My wife at the time was living in a trailer house that I wouldn't have let my dog live in. I had my wife, I had 2 kids. And I got out of prison with nothing. Started at $10 an hour, working for a construction company. By the first pay period, he bumped me to 13. 2 weeks, I was running 3 weeks, I was running about 15 guys on the crew. And that's where I started. When I got out of prison, I had an 84 Chevy short wide pickup that a friend of mine had put a motor in for me just before I got out of prison. And I had my 1980 Harley Davidson shovel head and my toolbox. That's all I had in 2001. So we are going to make a little road trip, and I'm going to show you. Oh, Stacy's having a hard time on this bumpy road, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys where I started to get where I'm at. And then I want to hear everybody talk about how I inherited money, how I got this. Guys, let me tell you something. You need to understand this. Nobody owes you shit in this world. Nobody owes you shit in this life. I have never had anybody give me anything in my life. I have worked for everything I have ever gotten. And I've worked harder than most people would ever dream of working. That's why I've blown my back out. I've tore my shoulders out. I've done everything under the sun physically to damage myself working 18 hours a day to try to get back ahead in life. So this is where Stacy will take a little commercial break, and the next one you guys will see, we'll be pulling in to the house that I came to when I got out of prison. I got Mentos in my mouth. Again, of course. I love them. Hey, so, in 2001, when I got out of prison, my wife at the time had moved to here. And I'm going to show you guys, since everybody thinks I've always had money, this is where in 2001, this is what I started. This is where I started from. Do what? Yeah, sure. That's funny. The whole row of trailers are gone except the one I lived in. Right there. Number 93. 2001, when I got out of prison, I didn't have a pot to piss in and window to throw it out of. And this is where I start. This is what I started from. I was thinking when we seen those trailers down that They may have knocked it down because it was a raggedy son of a bitch back then. Personally, wouldn't let my dog live in there. Ah, remember the flower pots we put out there? Yeah, painted that porch. Still got the same paint from when we painted it. So when we talk about humble beginnings, this is where I started my life back over after I got out of prison. I went to prison for manufacturing of methamphetamine. Even though I didn't catch anything in methamphetamine, they had residue in a jar. And back then, of course, I was not guilty. Truth of the matter is, I was guilty of that and so much more. So when I went to prison, I was, this is my first time ever being in trouble. And they gave me, the jury gave me a 15, a 5, and a 15. Which, most of the time, that all gets run together to 115. Nope. Since I was such an asshole, and I thumbed my nose at the court, and I had one of the most liberal judges that you could ever ask for. I was the first middle-class white boy he ever sent down for that amount of time. 15, a 5, and a 15 running wild. So when I went into prison, I went in with 35 years. And that was in 1996. I got out in 2001. When I got in 2001, guys, that's what I started at. That's where I started. I had an 84 Chevy pickup. I had my Harley. I had my toolbox. And that's all I had in this world. I had a wife, 2 kids, and I made her a promise the day that I stepped into that trailer. I will have you in a real house in 90 days. And in 90 days, in 84 days, we moved to a house, 3-bedroom, half brick house in Shawnee that I was renting. Oh, there's another back there. This is what I used to do. This is what I used to do. Years and years ago, when I was 16, 17 years old, I drove back roads looking for cars. And I bought and resold cars and went to swap meets. That's how I made a living. And did pretty good at it. I have hustled my entire life to get everything that I've ever been. Nobody's ever gave me anything, guys. Not one thing. My own father. Now, my father would give me any amount of money if I needed it. If he had it, he'd give me the last dollar he had. But boy, if I wanted a hot rod part, his answer was, fuck you. There was no way he would give me a hot rod part. So he and I were in this little competition when I was 17 years old to see who could collect the most big block Chevrolets. And back then, big block Chevys were hard to find. This was before they came out with them and all the 1-ton trucks and all that. So they were pretty hard to find. And at last score, I think I had 27 and he had 19. So he took all mine.